long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So let's talk about the mythology that Charmaine Obaid Chinoy has created about her fake Rey movie. First off, she says there's a movie coming, and there isn't. Okay. Second of all, that was Kojak in the background. She says that Lucasfilm needs a woman's touch. Star Wars needs to be done by women. Obaid Chinoy is a documentarian whose attempts at directing Ms. Marvel, there were two episodes, were so bad they had to be reshot. She's desperate to break into narrative film, and she literally has no fucking idea what she's talking about. And the way it's presented is that Star Wars, since 2012, has not had a woman's influence. Really. Here we have Darth Vader physically choking the life out of Rey. Because that's how I feel about what Chinoy's saying. There's not going to be a Rey movie. Okay? Now, we could talk about the strategery here about why this came out. Either Favreau and Iger said, let's show Kathy the fact that the fans don't want it, or Kennedy's trying to gaslight people into thinking she's still at Lucasfilm, that this movie is a go, even though she's now working for Universal on another movie. But let's talk about a woman's touch. If Chinoy's right, who is this? This is Deborah Chow. I think on the set of Kenobi. A lot of the fanboys didn't like it, mostly because they couldn't understand why an unknown farm boy, aka Luke Skywalker, wasn't chosen as Kenobi's buddy for the adventure. Instead, what was chosen was a very high-profile child of a prefect of a planet. All right, I want you guys to understand how fans can make nonsense out of everything if they try. Deborah Chow is a talented director. She said many times she wants to be known as a director, not as an Asian woman. She does a good job at that. Bryce Dallas Howard, daughter of Ron Howard, has directed great episodes of The Mandalorian. She's done voice acting for Jedi, the Jedi Story anthology, playing Yaddle, and she's, I think, an up-and-coming player in Hollywood. If not as a director, as a producer. She knows a lot about the industry. She's not in your face about feminazi bullshit. And she cares about the story, not necessarily the message. I would say Ron Howard did quite the job, he and his wife, of raising this fine woman. They're one of the few families in Hollywood that have actually stayed together. She is truly a credit to her parents. And this is why I'm bothered by what CNN is saying, because basically Chinoy's implied that Star Wars doesn't have any female influence. Let's talk about that.
For 10 long weeks, the Star Wars company labored on the suburban London sound stages, bringing to life a film that had begun as an idea with George Lucas 3 years before.
Not one more crooked word. Your tongue could open a wine bottle.
Never had an agent. It's not like she worships the devil.
Well, she doesn't have to. He worships her. Oh, she's horrible. I've made a ghastly, ghastly mistake.
Urinal cakes? I don't believe this. All these years, the doyenne of Seattle's elite, looking down her nose at everyone in sight. She owes it all to this. She's managed to have her urinal cake and eat it too.
As I think we now have what's known in the legal profession as a bargaining chip.
Oh, are you kidding? That's all right. She doesn't have to come to the phone. Just give her this message. I've flushed out her family secret. Hello, Maris.
So let's talk about the gaslighting urinal cake creator, the Maris Crane of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. She has been nominally in charge, at least for the last 6 months, for 4,073 days. October 31st, 2012 is the day she became president of Lucasfilm. She's been running it at least until July of 2023. Since then. And Chinoy'S lie that she started, or the mythology, the Streisand effect, or actually no, the Mandella effect that she's trying to gaslight people with, is that Star Wars needs a woman's touch. This is a woman. She's still technically the head of Lucasfilm. Every success, questionable success, I mean, even The Force Awakens, when you start to think about the stories behind the making of that movie that no one's allowed to talk about, that'll come out someday though, has been under her watch. She's the one who came up with her own avatar, Rey. Okay, her own avatar, Jyn Erso. Her own avatar, Helena Shaw. Okay, who I think is actually the worst one because smug British bitches just fucking annoy me. Anyway, and that's what Phoebe Waller-Bridge is. I don't care if she's a lovely person. She comes off as smug, domineering, and disconnected from reality. Okay, kind of like Kennedy. So the idea that women have never had a chance to shape Star Wars is absolute bullshit. It's ludicrous. Okay, now you've got the usual suspects trying to say that it's time for women on there and trying to, white knight this little person. And it's like, look, who's run Lucasfilm for the last 11 years? 11 years and 2 months. This bitch right here. Okay, right here, Kathleen Kennedy. It's already been remade by women. And it's fucking awful. Okay, so when I hear this, first off, I'm sick and tired of seeing Kennedy. I don't want to see her anymore. Ever again. Okay, look, when I saw her name attached to Twisters, I was like, she's done. And then I asked myself, why does she get to do this? And they fired Victoria Alonso for the same thing. Is it because she couldn't be fired for cause? Or did Iger say, just get her fucking away from Lucasfilm? Did Frank come in to the rescue and say, Kathy, just come work with me? We don't know. I mean, is her name on there just because she's piggybacking on her husband? We don't know, all right? But it's the first time anybody's seen her name attached to something outside of Lucasfilm, and that to me is a signal of something going on. Okay, but it doesn't matter because Disney won't talk about it. Okay, and now with the proxy war going on with Nelson Peltz, I am very convinced that Iger's not going to drop emails because it might hurt the stock price. I can't imagine the investors seeing Kennedy humiliated in public like that, and her minions, Lin-Wen Brennan, Candace Campos, Ronna Hjort, Carrie Beck, Rain Roberts, and the rest of that trash. Their humiliation would bother an investor, wouldn't bother me. I'd be like, finally, they're cleaning this fucking place out. And they're showing these people who have lost me money for who they really are. Okay? So, you gotta ask though, let's go back to the original subject. Why would Chinoy'S say this? Because she's creating a mythology. She's either gaslighting herself or deluding herself that no women have been involved with Lucasfilm since George Lucas created it. And to be honest, I'll leave you guys with this. He created Lucasfilm and the studio for his wife at the time, Marcia. Okay? That's why. And these are the things that someone like Chinoy would ignore, not know, either because she doesn't know or it's on purpose, she doesn't want to know, or she'd poo-poo, okay? This is bullshit, all right? Star Wars has a woman in charge, or has had a woman in charge. And what she has done to Lucasfilm is criminal. It's fucking criminal, all right? It's worthy of a prison sentence as far as I'm concerned. I literally am speechless when I see people say stuff about what's been going on the last 11 years, like they think it's the truth, and the truth is gross, okay? You know, she's not Sherry Lansing. She's not Dawn Steele. Kennedy is not Lucille Ball. And no one is saying that a woman couldn't run Lucasfilm. A woman like Kennedy, who doesn't fucking care about the franchises, just her message, and she leaves it up to people who are incompetents like J.J. Abrams and that nitwit Rian Johnson, can't run Lucasfilm. All right? And she's proven it. And it's time for her to go. And it's time for this ludicrous shit about a Rey movie to be shut down. And yet here we are. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.